We live in a society that values how others perceive ourselves. This leads to individuals going to extreme lengths to lie and deceive others to uphold how others see them. Recently, I discovered one of the most disgusting examples of this. This is the story of Ptyw, a man who lied and manipulated the entire GD community to feed an illusion of who he truly was. Ptyw is a Geometry Dash player, and by the looks of it, he is continuously trying to increase his skill to beat harder and harder levels. Archives of his videos show his progression to eventual list demons, cementing himself as a list grinder. This is the critical moment. This is where the manipulation begins. Ptyw, now realizing that he is a list grinder, likely looked at himself in the mirror and saw a disgusting, friendless list grinder. He knew he couldn't be grouped in with those negative stereotypes about list grinders. He would be different, and he had a plan. He needed people to know that he had friends, that he touched grass, that he had a life, and was someone to be envied. On July 12, 2025, Ptyw would upload a video to his YouTube channel titled Sides of My Mind with Paul, in which featured a completion of the two-player Extreme Demon Sides of My Mind. He submitted this to the AREDL and got his record accepted. This was it, his rock-solid proof that he had friends. He had completed an Extreme Demon with a friend, and now everyone would be jealous. He had both the social life and GD skills. But something was wrong. Upon closer inspection, it is revealed Paul may not have been there to assist Ptyw in his completion. Take a listen to the clicks. After inspecting the audio data, I have concluded that both input sounds originate from the Wooting 2 HE with rapid trigger off, one coming from the W key and the other coming from the up arrow. It is very rare in a two-player completion that both players are using the same device. However, this is not concrete evidence since there's no hand cam. But that's not all. Let's go to the reaction.
These sides of my mind together.
Did you catch it?
These sides of my mind together.
How about one more time?
These sides of my mind together.
Slowed down?
These sides of my mind together.
Sped up?
These sides of my mind together.
It is clear that there are audio splices between we beat and mind together. Additionally, the only person celebrating was Ptyw. Paul's voice is not present at all. This mountain of evidence leads to the conclusion that Paul is not real. Ptyw merely beat the two-player Extreme Demon alone and deceived the community into thinking he beat it with someone else. He tricked people into thinking he beat it together with Paul, a much harder feat than beating it alone. I knew in my gut that there had to be proof. I had to be able to pinpoint with 100% certainty that Ptyw had beat it alone. After some searching, I managed to find this message from Ptyw. Hilarium, do you think a baby could beat Psalm solo? SOMM, being an encrypted way to communicate sides of my mind with the clever use of an acronym. This proves that Ptyw has considered the possibility that sides of my mind is so fucking easy that a baby could do it. Much easier than having friends. I needed to dig further. I had managed to gain access to Ptyw's computer through connections, and I began to search. On one of his drives, I found this image. Next to a picture of an edited skeleton in an aquarium he personally photoshopped for a stream bit that failed horribly because he forgot to add it off stream, was an image titled SOMM Good. Dissecting the name of the file, he used the acronym again to throw people off, and differentiated that this image was the good image, since he was making a thumbnail, and he is so ass at making thumbnails he had made a bad one before this one. Zooming in and enhancing this image, I found something astronomical. After putting this through multiple smart scanners and text readers, we find that the text in the thumbnail reads, Sides of My Mind Solo. Ptyw had a thumbnail on his computer for a Sides of My Mind completion solo. But I needed more. I needed to prove that it was his completion and not a thumbnail made for someone else. I dug deeper and discovered a folder titled Do Not Open on his computer. I did not abide by this mysterious folder's request and went inside. Inside there were two videos. The first is a video titled Mary Had a Little Fuck. Opening it shows Ptyw playing a piano in Geometry Dash, specifically the classic Mary Had a Little Lamb. However, at the final note, he messes up, showing that Mary Had a Little Lamb is too difficult for him. The other video in the folder was titled Sides of My Mind Solo, and opening it shows a completion of Sides of My Mind Solo, confirming my theory. Ptyw had beaten Sides of My Mind solo. I checked his YouTube channel, and there it was. Analyzed closely, it can be determined that this is the same completion as the one with Paul that he uploaded. The movements and the clicks match exactly, which proves that these are the same gameplay. And look at the reaction.
I beat Sides of My Mind solo.
I beat Sides of My Mind solo. He admitted it. He expertly edited over his solo reaction to make it seem like he was celebrating with Paul in his 2-player completion. This confirms it. Paul is not real. I wanted to know from the source what Paul thought about this whole nonsense, and I managed to schedule an interview with him. Man, it really sucks, honestly. Like, I'm not even real. I can't even beat levels. I'm fake. He made me up. I would beat him up, but unfortunately, I'm not real, so I can't quite do that. This world needs to know. Justice for Paul.